everyone, my name is Ruby Meyer, and today I'll be talking about my trip to Morocco and how it changed my perspective on my own life. The summer before my freshman year of high school, I took a school trip to Spain and Morocco. I had waited a year and a half for the trip to come, and when it did, I was so excited. We spent 2 weeks in Spain and 1 day in Morocco. When planning the trip, I couldn't wait to go to Morocco, but during the actual trip, I learned that not many other kids from the trip decided to go. This made me very nervous. Despite being extremely anxious, I woke up the morning of at 5 a.m. and left my hotel room to catch the ferry from Costa del Sol, Spain to Tangier, Morocco. As soon as I saw Morocco in the distance from the ferry, I was no longer anxious. I was excited to see how different it was going to be from what I had already experienced in Spain. When I got off the ferry, I took the bus into the city to visit the Gran Soko marketplace. I loved the market. It was not what I had envisioned at all. The bright colors of people's clothing around me and the smell of the spices is nothing I could have imagined. As I walked further into the market, I saw all kinds of people, which was my favorite part of it. It was here that I bought souvenirs for my family because this was the most beautiful part of the trip. The tour guide then wanted to show the small group I was with his favorite place to shop. To get there, we had to go through a small neighborhood. This was the part of the trip that I remember the most. While walking through the neighborhood, I noticed lots of kids playing outside. Some wearing shoes that were obviously too small for them, some wearing no shoes at all. I then noticed houses that had holes in the roof, or some only having fabric as walls. Kids would run up to our group to say hi, some spotting phones and cameras asking us to take pictures of them. As they ran up, it was apparent that they were much smaller than they should have been. During this detour, our tour guide said that this was a poverty-filled area, some people living on as little as $2 a day. This fact was not only heartbreaking to me, but it was also shocking. I do not consider myself to have grown up sheltered, but this experience made me feel as if I was. Never in my life have I seen poverty in this way with my own eyes. I almost felt guilty when the trip was over and I returned to our nice hotel in Spain. I felt guilty for owning as many nice things and pieces of clothing as I did, and even for having always a source of clean running water, which I'm not sure the people in that neighborhood had. After our day trip to Morocco, I was able to think about the privilege I had in my life and the fact that not everybody's life was like this. From this experience, I was able to look at my life in a new perspective, seeing everything as privilege, which many Americans take for granted. I now see education and something as simple as not having to worry about how I'll get my next meal as something to be grateful for, because not everyone has that. Even in America, homelessness and kids relying on school to be fed is a real issue we are facing today. The problem of poverty is often only believed to be third world countries, but it is in the place that we call home as well. As well as stopping me from believing everything in my life is a right, this trip has helped me see what I want to do for the rest of my life. From 1 day in Morocco, I realized my purpose is to help other people in need. That is why I have chosen to study political science with a minor in human rights when I transfer to a 4-year university. I then hope to go into humanitarian work when I graduate. It is unfair that we are not all born with the same privileges, but I believe it means something to be an advocate for those who do not have as much as you do. I'm extremely grateful for this experience because it has changed my life forever. From this speech, I hope you can take away the importance of helping others when possible, but most importantly, being grateful for what you have in your own life.